Hey guys, it's us.
I just looked at Cody.
Yeah, man, that is way too close.
I know. All right, everybody. Hello, welcome to Drama, Death, and Dice. Today, we're going to be playing.
What are we gonna be playing?
Well,
Nothing,
we're just
apparently.
playing.
With our lives?
No, we're
We're
just
playing
playing.
Guy by
Oh,
Both.
okay.
We're just playing. Let's see. I've probably got a ball. I've got a ball right here.
Oh, that'll work.
So catch.
All right, got him.
That was a stupid idea.
It changed color on
Wait,
the way
ready, ready,
here.
ready? Punch here. Right, just right in this really hard.
All right. So, hello, everybody. Welcome. Today, we have our very special Halloween game. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like John's going to be able to join us as he's having some internet issues. And Liz is trying to get here, but she's having some funky stuff go on, and she doesn't know if she's going to be able to make it. So, we're just going to play that by ear. So, in the meantime, you're stuck with the three of us. The four of us. I'm here too. Uh,
Are you really though? Are you really though?
no, you know what? That's
No.
right. Congratulations. Haley is now the GM. Have fun.
Yes, I have so many plans. Everyone's gonna die. It's gonna be a good time.
All
Okay.
right.
I believe in you guys. All right. So, first off, yes, my hair looks horrible. I intentionally made it look as emo as possible, and then it somehow screwed up what I did, and now it
Just
looks
turned
worse.
greasy.
We're gonna roll with it. What was that?
Nothing.
Okay. So, I watched the last session. That was a trip.
All right, because
I have a lot of concerns. A lot of concerns. Um,
But only one retcon apparently.
I didn't really want to retcon anything, but I am going to retcon one thing,
What
just
was
for the
that called?
sake of because there was a thing that happened that Jordan couldn't possibly have known about as it went on with Rogstrom's backstory, and that was him finding Kragvar, his older friend. So basically, what I'm going to say is, Rogstrom, you've been looking for Kragvar, and you were able to find some direwolves. We weren't able to find Kragvar himself. However, just because of how long you've been looking for Kragvar, you, like, for a moment thought you had actually found him. But it was just your mind playing tricks on you.
Got it.
And I'm not trying to be a meaty retconning or anything. I just think it wasn't really fair to Jordan because he doesn't know the situation. Now, we're going to start this off with a recap. Some time ago, shortly after the Degents met Fenrir, the party journeyed into the ruins of an old tower. Inside, they found a pocket dimension holding a hallway full of dead, mutilated friezes and housing creatures of abnormal quality. They had also found a room containing several large mirrors. These mirrors, despite showing an aspect of the viewer's reflection, held different poses and expressions. After touching its mirror, every member felt a different effect. Rockshow, in particular, saw himself running through a library, only to be eventually killed by a shadowy figure wielding a large scythe. Ever since then, he has felt a strange feeling, a feeling like that of something watching him
A feeling
in
that I
giving
should
pursuit.
avoid libraries.
And so, the boundaries which divide life from death are at best shadowy and vague. Who shall say where one ends and where the other begins? Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh. Got
I
it.
wasn't listening. I'm sorry.
No, that was my own epiphany. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So, you guys have very much been enjoying your vacation. Um, so in the time that has gone on, Fenrir, you've been running your candy shop. What did you guys call it again? Four suckers.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Elba has been running four puppers.
Nope.
No,
Raj,
it was Animal Crossing.
Yep.
Animal Crossing.
The
I'm sorry,
the Animal Crossing.
the Animal Crossing. Rogsham, I'm assuming you've been sort of talking with Mayor Kendra Deverin and discussing plans to rebuild Sandpoint.
Yep.
Gotcha. And Willa, what would you say that you've been doing in all of this time vacationing?
Willa is not the most planned person. She spent some time with Granny. She's been in the pet store. I'll try and I'd like to do some research. She would have done some research to figure out where the hell her dad went because he poofed.
Well, going from your memory, you remember that your dad is from Geb.
Well, yeah.
So it would probably be a safe bet to assume that he went back to his home. But would you like to try and do some research on Geb itself?
Sure.
Okay.
That seems like a
Otherwise,
good idea.
what I'm saying is it'd probably be difficult if he didn't go back to Geb. It'd probably be difficult to find books in a library that would explain where exactly your father went.
Where is my dad?
And so, yeah, you spend a lot of time studying in the library.
I just found out why Elba was upset.
Was that the My Hero Academia soundtrack? Somewhere in there?
Probably.
Sounded anime as fuck though.
It was definitely some kind of anime. I have a Deadpool hat.
I don't.
Wait,
I apologize. That was my grandparents.
I imagine this is somewhat what the sign looks like. Oh, it's backwards. That's right.
No,
No,
we can read it.
it's just
Oh.
backwards for you because your camera is backwards.
Okay.
It's fine.
So
I need to actually make it in something. I just haven't done it yet.
So, yes, so Willa, you began spending your days in the library doing research on Geb. So, upon doing research on Geb, you would learn that it is, well, a lot of this would align with your memory of the place.
Mm-hmm.
It is, of course, very much a country of dead, in that there is a lot of intelligent undead that live there. There are plenty of people that aren't undead there, but typically, people, as they live out their lives, they will try to get enough money to become intelligent undead and live there. There are a few different factions of what type of people are as far as wealth goes, there tends to be about three main groups. The bottom of which isn't very good and tends to be full of slaves, servants, and sometimes even food. But it's definitely not what you would assume to be the best of vacation spots. Furthermore, at one point, Geb was at a sort of at war, at a massive, massive war with nets, and that is a feud that lasted for a very, very long time. And if my memory serves me correctly, Geb never truly found out that the sort of nets had been defeated, and just sort of waits for the information to come to him.
And my dad was the general in that war, right?
When you had first met your dad, I'm sorry, when you had lived with your dad, he was a general for Geb, but for your most recent occurrence with him, you found out he had risen somehow and has now become the leader of Geb.
Oh, cool.
Potentially, he was appointed by Geb himself to serve in his place.
Geb's a person. Okay.
So basically, you learn that your father is the ruler of this entire country full of intelligent undead.
Yo, I'm the princess of the undead.
Was able to war with this other massive country, so he likely has access to extremely powerful magic armies and overall great tools of destruction.
I am a princess of a death country. I'm very excited, guys.
Fenrir.
She doesn't need this information. She doesn't need this information.
Oh, and also, you do recall that your father wanted you to complete your pilgrimage, so that you could go back there, train, and then eventually become an intelligent undead yourself, and one day take his place.
Yeah, the only part I protested was the undead part.
Interesting. Fenrir.
Yep.
Now, if I recall correctly, Fenrir isn't known for his, patience, correct?
That's depending on the situation.
The reason I ask is something you'll find running a candy shop is that there is quite a lot of children who come in every day without money. But they are, in fact, very hungry and very grabby.
Be nice to the children.
I'm not gonna
How would
I'm not gonna cut him in half or anything. It's a kid.
How would Fenrir handle this situation? As it happens every single day, probably multiple times a day.
I mean, if a kid wants the candy but they can't pay for it, he probably has them do some odd job around the place. Nothing too strenuous, just some random thing that he probably wouldn't want to do.
What kind of stuff would you ask them to do?
I don't know, some probably sweeping the floor. Just stuff.
Hey, he made it!
Let's see how good his internet is.
Hey guys.
Hello.
I feel like his profile icon is quite accurate right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's always accurate.
You guys are gonna have this Shaggy in the middle of your screen for the whole time.
I was in the middle.
Unless Liz joins.
For me, it's in the middle. It's
in the middle.
It's straight up
It's in the middle for me.
taking in half the screen.
Peter's in the middle for me.
Man, Discord's video programming is so good.
Peter is always in the middle for me. It's very weird.
Maybe it's the universe trying to tell you something, Haley.
I'm sure.
All right. It's telling you to kill him first. Now.
Try me, bitch.
He's the one person she likes, though, except for Elba. She likes Elba.
Um,
All around me are familiar faces. Nobody likes me.
hey, I'm pretty sure the toy maker likes you.
Isn't he
Okay,
dead?
that
Did he
doesn't
die?
Yeah, he's like pseudo dead.
It's okay, we can be friends.
So Fenrir, you find that these kids are more than willing to sweep the floors or clean things for candy, and so you never really have any problems with rats or bugs or anything. Your store is always extremely clean. However, when word gets around that kids can get free candy by cleaning things in your house, in your shop, um, it is not uncommon for there to be roughly 30 to 40 kids at a time attempting to get free candy by cleaning things in your shop.
Yeah, that's not gonna fly. uh, he probably has like a limit set. I don't know. I,
Um,
I if he
so
has 30
how
or 40,
many?
you know what? If he has, if it's like that, he's just like, screw it. They're going to be cleaning everything. We're going to be cleaning the sidewalks. This whole city's going to be clean.
So what ended up? So Fenrir, you get into contact with Rogstrom's lawyer, and through that you get a talk with the mayor. You sit down, and you get a sort of program set up for these kids to go forward and clean Magnamar, and your reward for this program is free candy.
Yes, that's
um,
exactly what happened.
and parents everywhere love you.
You realize you have an army of children now that will do anything at your beck and call. You have forged an alliance with the children of the city.
Slaves and
Slaves and drugs. Slaves and drugs.
But you must know that you are not able to actually give them any form of currency, as then that would be like child labor.
Yeah, hey, look. Candy is cheap. We're good.
And probably also you have to very quickly you learn that you very quickly have to shoo everyone out of the house, out of the store when you give them their payment. Otherwise, they get so hyper that it looks like they didn't do anything in the first place.
Yeah. Just like send them home. We're like, I'll let their parents deal with that.
But within a week, it is there are posters all over the Magnamar, um, made by Fenrir's adoring fans, basically singing praises to the Candy King.
Oh God.
Slaves and drugs.
Candy and brooms. Candy and brooms.
Now, Rygaz, what exactly would you be doing during your vacation?
Okay, so this is a bit of a stretch. So, you know how I was able to get a guided weapon for myself? Right?
Yes. 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 Sorry. Yes.
So, it wouldn't be too impossible to research a sort of enchantment that could maybe, instead of working off of wisdom, work off intelligence instead, right? Wouldn't be impossible to say.
So, do you want? Okay. Okay. First off, before I answer this question, what is your int?
Hey, who said I was making it for me?
Oh wait, no, I see what you're doing. Uh,
It wouldn't be impossible, would it?
it is not impossible to research for this thing. No.
Could I do that during my vacation?
You could potentially research to find out if this is a kind of thing, but this is not something that a spell that a cleric could
No,
create.
I'm not looking for a spell. I'm just looking to see if this could be a future option down the road.
Yes.
Or if I could commission somebody to later down the road come up
Okay.
with an enchantment, like.
Okay. Yeah. So you begin searching around the city to find out rumors if
Well,
that
could
is.
I try spellcraft to see if I could? Because that's part of researching magic and spellcraft. So could I spellcraft?
The thing is, I don't actually know if that's a thing, so I would have to do research myself.
Make it a thing.
I'm not.
Damn it.
I'm not gonna just make it a thing.
Listen, I'm just saying. I looked it up already. It is not a thing that I've seen, but I'm just saying if you could do it with wisdom, surely you could do it with int.
Not. I'm not going to say yes or no to that. I'd have to look into that. But you can spend your time researching it to see if it potentially could possibly be a thing. I'd have to look into this, the potentialities of this spell to see if there's anything like it, or if there is a reason that it could be made and made balanced. So I'd have to look into it. That's why I'm not saying yes or no.
As a guiding weapon or a agile weapon.
I'd have to look into this. Is what I'm saying.
All right.
Yo, Yaman,
But
you were asking also still what I was doing. Besides talking to the mayor, I would try to, next to having my breastplate completed, my dragon scale breastplate, I would look into upgrading my great axe.
okay.
I know I already did the math, and I would make it a thundering great axe +3.
All right, I will trust that you can do the math for that yourself. There are definitely people that can in the town that can enchant it for that, and you'd have very much would have the money to do so.
Yeah, one thing is a +1 upgrade, and the other one is +3 from +2 before.
All right, go ahead and take care of the math for that. Now, Ragaz, would there be anything else that Ragaz was doing during his vacation besides researching that? Aside from working his profession, which was discussed last session.
Professions.
Yeah, he did both.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
speaking more to one specific one.
Could I? Oh God. I'd like to, towards the end of the vacation, use a divination spell. I have divination.
Okay, what spell are you trying to cast? Oh, sorry,
Divination?
you're trying to cast divination. My mind went to the freaking
School.
yeah, the school, but that is an actual spell. Allow me to pull it up.
It's a 77% fail chance. Yeah, I mean it's percentile.
Okay. Divination. Just pulling up this spell. Where on freaking earth?
It's a 4th level spell.
There it is. Okay. Okay, what would your appropriate offering be?
The money that I've been using to, lawyering over time. I want to use that.
Okay, so you offer up the fruit of your labor, and you could probably purchase some incense, not for very expensive, maybe a silver piece. And you offer up these incense and this hard-earned gold, and you begin to cast the spell.
And I'm specifically making sure I do this at the end of our vacation because it has a 1 week foreseeing the future kind of time. So
Okay.
at the end of vacation, I'm casting. That
okay.
will be the end of my vacation.
Gotcha. So let me read this real quick. Using phase, active information conditions may change. Preschool base chance for the conditions percent plus one. Test okay. Now, I would. What's your caster level?
7.
7. So you'd have a 77% chance
Yeah, like I
of
said.
success. Now, I would like. Okay, so you begin to cast a spell. What would your
Yep.
question be?
What danger do we have to look forward to in Geb, Sarenrae?
A lot of shit.
Okay.
Or let me rephrase that, because that was not what I meant. I meant, what can I be on the lookout for in Geb? That's
All right.
more like I wanted.
Um, that is a very, very good question. And I'm going to think about that for a minute. And I'll get back to you.
Sounds
So,
good.
Rogstrom,
Mm-hmm.
so you said that you were working with the mayor and you're doing what else now?
Upgrading my weapon.
Okay. Fenrir, you're becoming Candy King. Willa, you were doing research towards. Yeah. Would
Oh,
Willa
yeah.
be doing anything else?
One other thing I was doing, waiting on an answer from Ernfrid.
And the answer. What was the question again?
If he was inclined to join us instead of rotting in a cell,
That's right.
as
Okay.
punishment for his actions, to see if he can turn out to be a good person.
That is a very good question. So when you go to talk to Ernfrit,
Oh, I don't go to him. I wait on him.
oh,
I gave him a communic ring, and I'm wearing the
that's
communic ring.
so. The thing about Ernfrit is, all you every now and then in your comic ring, you sort of hear a loud bash, a loud scrape, as if he is attempting to destroy the ring.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, we lost Haley. And
Aside from that, he doesn't seem to have any sort of response towards you. He doesn't really want to talk to you.
okay.
Um, let's see. Do. My guess. You do, in fact, receive a phrase. And what it says, at first, it sort of takes you a bit back. And you hear, beware of Willa.
Jesus. I'm.
Hey.
All right. I guess I should have seen that coming, but
Oh,
with all the things that have happened, I'm not surprised. Just disappointed, honestly.
I wouldn't be surprised.
why are all my characters just complete evil assholes? Why is that my
Hey,
default?
Rygas goes up to Willa. Hey, the gods say I should worry about you. I'm just letting you know.
The gods are assholes.
That is true. But in case things go down, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
All right, cool talk.
A cool talk.
Willa.
Hey, I don't know. I'm just a little worried that I'm going to die standing next to you.
Well,
Just saying.
maybe you just confirmed your own fate because obviously you trust me so much.
I do. But
Well,
you
apparently
did
not.
kind of stab the shit out of me last,
At this point,
That doesn't mean I'm trying to kill you. There's a very big difference.
walking in between you, Silton comes, and
By the
he
way,
is.
we need to fix this because I don't want to be attached to you anymore because I don't need to be.
Silton.
I think I have the power as an attorney to just nullify this marriage.
Silton says, "I would like to have a talk with you.
Okay.
I wanted to say, for as crazy as all of you are, we are a group, and we have a lot ahead of us. Try to trust each other, as difficult as that might be. You
This
guys
is the
have
most you've spoken to me the entire time I've ever met. Talked to you.
Wait. I'm confused. When did you become a part of the group, Silton?
He's always been a part of the group. He's just quiet and doesn't talk and gets left
Silton.
behind.
He closes his eyes, he bites his tongue, and he says, "I know you may not see me as anything, but the moment we start bickering amongst each other
I hugged Silton.
is the He goes, I do not know what game you're trying to play.
It's okay. Okay. I'm just giving you shit. I walk away.
I'm not sure that what Willa does."
What?
And then he looks at Willa, and he doesn't get too close to you. He is very nervous, and you can definitely see him shaking just a tiny little bit as he's close to you because of recent encounters.
Good.
But he says, "Look, I think that you and I could potentially communicate better."
Yeah, dude, this is the longest you've talked to me the entire time I've known you.
So I'm going to go up and I can say it. You frighten the daylights out of me.
I've noticed.
But
I'm glad you can admit it though. It means that you're growing.
if we are together, I think I would like to try and make things work because I made a commitment and we have been through a lot, and I would like to see our goals.
We made a commitment for an alliance that doesn't exist anymore.
He says, "I am a person too.
Yes.
Please don't try to kill me."
Well, I couldn't know. You never talked to me. Maybe you're just a mannequin that walked and had legs.
He stops and he thinks about this for a minute, and he says, "You're right. I'm sorry." I don't know how to help with the party. I don't know how to be useful. But
You
I
could
want to
actually
try.
be a part of the battles. Most of the time, you're not in the room.
Well, I will say the last time you guys did.
Ryka says from down the hall, "That is very true."
He says, "You didn't allow me the last time."
I can't understand your accent.
I'm sorry. He says he did not allow him the last time.
That was not my decision, but point made.
And then he nods his head. He says, "Good talk. I'm going to go watch the sky." And he starts walking away. And but before he gets too far, he stops. He says, but he like tries to say something. He ends up just sort of giving a thumbs up and then keeps going. Now, new day comes forward, and Willa, you notice that Elba isn't around.
And she's not in the library this time, sleeping?
No, she's not.
I'm gonna ask around for her if I can't find her, because that's concerning.
So you see Fenrir and Rygaz just sitting eating breakfast that Boris has made for them. Silton is just sort of sitting there reading some book early in the morning.
Yeah, this toast is pretty good, Fenrir.
Yeah, the butter adds a nice touch.
Oh,
You look distraught, Willow. What's up?
where is the rest of our party? We're missing 2 members.
Rogstrom. Oh, there he is. Hey.
Rogstrom is still in his room because Rogstrom, when you wake up,
Cool. Thanks for the yes and Yemen.
for reference, there's been something off about Beth ever since you saw. And that was basically as she sort of looks at you, there's been sort of this ghost-like expression on her face. And she hasn't truly comprehended you being back. And so throughout your guys' vacation, she just sort of glances at you every now and then, not truly comprehending things. And then one day, when you wake up, you see that she has woken up before you have. And she's just looking at you and crying.
Okay. That's not concerning at all. I'll try and comfort her and ask what's up, why she's crying, why she's barely talking to me.
She will hug you and try to stop her sobbing. And she says, "It's really you.
Of course it's really me.
You're back."
Yeah. Who else do you think looks like this? And this, and deactivates the armlet.
She will laugh. And she will hug you tighter. And she will say, "Don't ever leave me again, please. I've lost too much."
Leaving as in not leaving the house?
I mean, don't go off and die.
I mean, I'm never planning on it. It just happened.
If you die again, she's gonna kill you.
Exactly.
She just says, "Please."
I mean, we have other things to do, and we will have to travel for that. You can come with us if you want, but I don't know how safe it will be.
Packing up her things.
If you think you're safer with us than in here, sure.
At this point, she's already packed up her things.
That was fast.
I mean, we haven't even planned where we are going to go next, or when we are going to go.
I don't care.
All right.
There's a knock at the door of the Firehole Manor. By this point, you've gotten downstairs and had breakfast and everything. Whether you're still a bit concerned for Elba. But there's a knock at the door.
Boris probably gets it.
Boris will go open the door, greet the person, and he will call out to. Well, actually, he probably wouldn't call out. He would go to Rogstrom and bring this person who knocked at the door, and he will say, "One of the generals is here to see you, Rogstrom."
Generals? What generals?
And he brings forward one of the generals of the guard of Magnamar, one of the men in charge, and the general says, you can see that this man, he's a bit scruffy. He looks to be somewhat of an alcoholic, definitely not the most optimal of chiefs. And he says, you're the funny fellow who helped defend the town from those zombies, right?
Yeah, not just me. He points around the room. It was pretty much everyone together.
Right, I wasn't conscious during the lot of it. So, there was an emergency protocol put forward that my boss basically said, if something bad happens, I'm to come here and tell you all about it. He's disappeared, and the person under him's disappeared, and the person under him's disappeared, and his son's disappeared, as well as the person under his son, and a long line of people, and now I'm here.
So you are the highest in command, huh?
Yes.
They're fucked.
You better sober up then.
Yes.
What are we supposed to do about it?
He takes a seat at the table and just grabs some fruit.
Like, theoretically, can people be scared awake? Like, scared sobered?
I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah, man, I have yet to prepare my spells. If this doesn't work, I'll let her try it, but I want to prepare Cure Addiction.
You can scare him, but you can't scare someone sober. That's not really how it works. You can't scare them. They might sober up faster, potentially, but not sober instantly. I don't think that's how biology works.
Cool.
Okay.
Attack snakes, go!
Oh, that's right.
What? What?
So,
She's got
I'm going
like
to say-
26.
yeah.
I have 5 snakes.
Yeah, that's right. You're walking around with the snakes from Elba's pet shop.
Yeah.
They're my friends. So I'm going to send a very weird colored one that looks very scary. And I'm going to have it crawl up his leg.
He feels like, what the heck? Oh,
Shink!
well, aren't you cute? And he puts it
Yay!
around his neck.
Snake friend. Cool.
And he will pet
love it.
the snake. And then just
That's
keep eating on
not
his fruit.
true.
He actually feeds him the fruit to the snake.
Okay, cool. I approve of this man. He is qualified to lead.
You know, with these qualifications, definitely. And I'm gonna go away for like 10 minutes and prepare Cure Addiction. I'll be right back.
You're gonna attempt to cure his addiction to alcohol.
No,
Interesting.
No, there's a spell called Cure Addiction.
I know.
surprised
I'm,
Dora
I'm
never.
just I'm thinking that that's interesting.
Well,
So,
alcohol is a drug.
yeah, no, I'm just thinking of the concept of just magicking away someone's addiction to alcohol. It's funny. Anyway,
And
so
you're healed.
Rugged is like,
Hey,
be right back. Gets
Yep.
out. Then he says, so I'm here because, well, first off, y'all got any coffee? I might have a hankering for some.
None that you deserve.
There's probably a whole can on the table.
Awesome. And he's like, oh, so that's what this is. He takes the can, he just starts chunking the coffee from the can.
Dude, come on. We got
calm
glasses for
down.
that.
What are you doing?
We got mugs for that.
Oh, I'm sorry. He takes one of the mugs, pours it in, and then he starts drinking it.
I want my snake back.
Oh, well, he'll give the snake back.
That's the most disappointed I've ever heard somebody be, ever. Just-
Snakes are cool.
they are. I used to have a pet snake. Rest in peace.
Same. So he says, so there are these mirrors that have been popping around. And whenever someone like looks into one, they get fascinated and then they're gone.
Like
Mirrors?
Narcissus?
Mirrors, yeah. You know, like those, there's like these things that are made of metal. You can look at them and you see your
Yeah,
reflection.
but-
It looks just like you, but
Shut up before I make you shut up.
Wandering mirrors?
how would you do that?
Oh, we have ways. It's a
Yeah,
whole
it's
thing.
that-
Don't get into it.
I put my hands on his shoulder.
You guys
I go.
being nice.
I put my
Oh,
hands
you
on
gonna
his
give me a
shoulder.
massage? Well, here, I've had a crick, like
I
right
said-
here. If you could work on it.
I go. Don't ask her that question.
Why not?
I once seen her kill a whole dragon by herself. Let's not go through.
Oh,
this.
that's cool. What color was it?
I need to leave. Willa's gonna leave for a minute.
Well, what bug bit her breeches?
So there's a wandering mirror
guys
that's
playing along?
sucking up people?
No, that'd be ridiculous. There's a bunch of mirrors everywhere.
And can you point some of them out to us so we can investigate?
Sure, let's go. He gets up and starts walking up.
Pointing out as in telling us where they are.
That doesn't seem as efficient.
I hit Rygaz on the shoulder and whispered to him, 10 gold says I could get him to look into it.
You know, I'm not a gambling man because I don't have any more money. But if I did, you're on.
I'll put 20 on it.
All in. No.
Frick!
No. We don't do that.
Yeah, man, I cast Cure Addiction on him.
Alright, how does Cure Addiction work? What kind of save is that?
I know. I'm pretty sure it just cures their addiction permanently, but
Heck. Let me pull this up. So, now I'd say that you got him to stop, and then Rogstrom could probably get everyone together and bring everyone up to date.
I said I came back like 20 minutes ago after I got done preparing my spells.
Do you know everyone that got sucked into the mirrors? Is there a way to tell? Is there anything left behind?
Pretty much everyone in command above him.
Well, it's like, you know,
No,
They were
was there
there.
something left behind?
not something I could see.
Did you
Okay.
watch them get sucked into the mirrors?
No.
Then how do you know they're
Would
getting
I
sucked into the
do
mirrors?
that?
See, That's a very logical question that you yourself, as a detective, should have thought about. Objection.
Wait, who's the detective?
Stop asking questions. How did you know they're getting sucked into the mirrors?
I was told, I think, by my boss, but he's not around anymore. I
So,
think he got sucked into a mirror.
What proof do you have?
Do I believe him?
You can roll a sense motive if you'd like.
I think the problem is
I
that he believes himself.
Well, this seems
I
like
cannot-
such.
No,
I
because
can't
there's
seem
something
to
that,
find
because
your
there's something
addiction.
left behind. That might be where Elbo's
I'll look it up,
gone.
yeah, and I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's weird. I can't seem to find it.
22
You're
cents
not able to
motive.
find stuff. Yeah. You think that he is beginning to question himself.
Because he was still drunk. Okay.
Because Elba's gone. We haven't had contact with her in a while. She could have gotten sucked into the mirrors as well, which is stupid because she's blind, has no
Well-
eyes, but whatever.
No one has asked in the pet shop, have they?
I went and looked, didn't I?
But did you look for a
yeah.
mirror?
You've just woken up today. I don't think you've gone to the pet shop just yet, so you could probably go to the pet shop and check on her.
There's
But it's
people
still a
disappearing,
bit early.
and we
for
don't
her
have
to
everyone
go
in the
to-
party.
Yeah.
I'm concerned.
So you head over to the pet shop. Would anyone go along with her?
I would.
I mean, we all would on the way to one of those ominous mirrors.
Wait, hold on. So we checked her room for her, but not for a mirror. We can just check while we're here.
Oh, sorry, my bad, Yaman. It's alleviate addiction.
Gotcha. I was about to say,
Uh,
how the frick can I not find this spell? It's weird.
The subject naturally recovers from damage dealt by the drug. It ignores the addiction for 7 hours, just so we can get him fucking functioning again like a normal human.
Okay, well that's not gonna sober him up, but it's gonna make it so he's not gonna drink anymore. So you cast a spell over him, and he's just like, huh.
He gets rid of the ability damage, basically.
Yeah, and he literally just takes his sort of tank, or just casts or tosses it. Boris will probably like reach for it to pick it up. He's like, not on my watch. I don't like this man very much.
Yeah, also no trash on the ground, no littering.
That's a 1,000 gold penalty. Trust me, as a
Litter
lawyer, I know.
inside.
We have enough kids to clean it up.
I was about to say, I'm just gonna clean it up.
Yeah, but not in the mansion. So
I can actually.
You know, now that I think about it, I just thought of something. Zaldric basically became king of the orphanage. He probably would bring the orphanage kids on a regular basis to Fenrir's candy shop, and he probably wants the candy just as much as the kids do. And he probably at some point like asks you if they can like stay at your house.
he has an orphanage. Why would he ask someone if they can stay at his house?
No, your house.
At my house?
Yes, your house.
We all live in your house.
Yeah, sure, but an orphanage is a house in itself where kids live. I mean, how many orphans do you have until your house is full?
So basically, you tell him no, he'd be like, "Oh, okay," but
I mean,
Yeah,
if
basically,
if it is full, I would consider it, but like,
he probably isn't.
I'd try to get the ring back from him.
Oh, yeah, he'll give it to you.
Okay, good. I can now give it to somebody who actually matters.
oh shit,
Sultan.
yeah.
I said someone who matters.
I know.
Poor Sultan.
So you guys go to check Elba's room for a mirror, correct? Who's doing the sleuthing?
I will,
Probably,
I guess.
probably the worst idea ever, but
Well, I'll do is sleuth thing.
All right.
I-
When you guys walk into the room, Stilton is going to give each of you guys a magnifying glass, and he's also going to give you a cap.
It's rudimentary, Sultan. I'll do
I go-
perception check at that point.
I say it's a whole damn mirror. It's you don't.
Oh my perception check is a 28. After saying
I have a hunch, and I want to look at any mirrors I find.
Okay. So you would in fact find a hand mirror Rygaz, which Will would probably see as well. Which one of you would grab it
You
first?
wanted the mirror? I hand it to Willow.
Mine.
Willow,
I hand it
you
to
take this mirror, and you look into said mirror, and you
I will look
see
into the mirror.
you see yourself inside this mirror, except you look. What's the word? Sane.
Excuse me,
Shots
Willow
fired.
thinks herself perfectly sane.
And
Well,
that's
like you're
what's wrong.
smiling. Your Willa is smiling in a way like normally Willow when she smiles is probably like. But Willa is in this one is probably just like.
She's not deranged.
That's what you think.
Either way,
Don't
the
fly.
Willow that's looking back at you is extraordinarily calm, and it doesn't quite
It's
match your
bizarro,
expression.
Willow. That's all you had to say.
Yeah, true. Actually, yeah.
Can I touch it?
You touch the mirror. When you do, Willow disappears.
Yes. My theory was correct.
Oh, not this shit again.
Hey, wait, is the dude still with us?
Yeah, he takes a look at that. He takes a look at his hand. He's like, "Oh crap! I threw it away." You all saw
I
that
pick
too,
it up.
right?
I pick up the mirror, not looking at it, and I go, "Did you see it?" I just kind of like,
See what? We want me to look at that hand?
yeah. You said, "Did you see it?" I'm showing it to you.
I'd like for you to make. What kind of check would this be?
How stupid is your NPC?
We'll call it very stupid, and he's drunk.
It's a bluff
Um,
check.
So I thought it's your check, not his.
But I'd say make a diplomacy.
Persuasion.
Persuasion is diplomacy.
Yeah.
Make a diplomacy check.
Diplomacy is +1, so 16.
Wait, no, I don't want to be in there with him. Dear God.
Oh yeah, no. Nobody thought about. Oh god damn it.
He says, all right. My, why aren't you a handsome
As
fella?
long as he doesn't touch it. Don't let him touch it.
I
Why
snag
aren't
it out
you
of
a handsome?
Give me that. That's not yours.
What?
You're not taking things that don't belong to you.
What?
Were you taught manners as a kid?
I
I wasn't going to take it. I was just look. Did you see the sexy man in that? How could you not touch that beautiful face?
Fenrir gets mad. He goes, shit, there goes 30 gold.
I
Well, yeah. You smack the mirror and it shatters.
What?
God damn it!
I thought you said it was a metal mirror.
I cast mending on it. Make whole. There you go.
No. The drunk guy said it was a metal mirror.
Yeah,
No,
man,
I thought
I
you-
cast make whole. It's healed.
What
The
does
magic
make
might
do?
not be.
Make
that's
Hold
true.
does the same exact thing as mending, just in a bigger area.
Gotcha. So you cast make whole.
Rockstrom is out of the room.
So basically, like you see it shatter, you instantly begin casting the spell. As
First
the
of all, I didn't even
pieces
slap
of,
it out of his hands. I grabbed it from him.
oh, I
like
thought
a-
you said you slapped
like
it.
a parent. No. First of all, I was so confused. I was like, how did it just drop out of my
I
hands?
swear I heard you say you slapped it.
No, I take it out of his hands. I said I snatch it from his hands.
All right, I'll let it slide, but I swear I heard you say slap it. But okay, then the mirror would not shatter.
Watch the VOD. Hey.
Fair enough. Maybe I'm crazy. Quite possible.
On YouTube.com/
Yamming Floor Studios. I still need to
All
upload
right.
the last session.
So, I'll look in the mirror. What's up with this?
You see a sight that terrifies you to your bone. you see yourself as an undead.
Oh shit.
It's opposite
Ew.
day, everyone.
Wait, but the guy saw a handsome person, which is what he wanted.
I don't think
Yeah,
it's what
the
you want.
opposite-
I think it's just the opposite
It's-
of what you are.
Wait,
Oh.
does that make Fenrir like a stick person? Fenrir looks in the mirror.
Can I do a knowledge planes real quick? Well, actually, I'm gonna touch it. Sorry, I meant to say, can I touch it and then?
Oh yes, Rygas disappears.
As it
All right.
falls, I catch it. I go, Rockstrom!
I don't want to deal with this.
I chase after Rockstrom.
I need to tell my girlfriend that I might be gone. Let me go.
I'd say probably as you say that, Beth like turns around the corner and she's like, "I'm sorry, what now?"
I got Rockstrom's hand, and I'm like,
No,
Also, for reference,
no, you don't.
Stilton was in the room with you guys, and so he is trying to keep up with Fenrir.
it's not hard.
He is slower.
I'm very slow.
I'm faster. I can outrun you.
That's right. You have the 10-foot increase.
Yep.
I go.
I realized I went in there without my armor, guys. I'm fucked.
Mhm.
I'll give.
Beth says Beth will actually grab you by the ear, Rogstrom, as you try to run from Fenrir and pull you back. And normally in this situation, you would like roll some sort of check, or she would roll some sort of check. She doesn't need to. She grabs you by the ear, yoinks you back.
Yeet.
Oh, that would
Ow.
have been so much funnier. It would have been so much funnier for him to run away and Fenrir to like grappling hook him.
Rick!
Yeah.
All right.
I go. You gotta touch the mirror. They've already done it. You gotta do it.
Peer pressure!
Woo!
Let's all get off the cliff.
Rockstrom is gonna tell Beth the short rundown of what it was like the last time he touched the mirror, and
She stops you. She looks you dead in the eyes, pulls you by her collar up to her height, and she says, "And when do you think you were going to tell me this?"
I thought I already
Touch the mirror. Touch the mirror. Touch the mirror.
did.
She takes your hand. She's like, "No, sir."
Touch the mirror, it'll make you a cool person.
And then Silton gets in between you two, and he says, "All right, calm down. I'm sure there's
Hey,
a perfectly reasonable solution for all of
Does
this."
Silton do this? Like try to stop us?
He tries to do that.
He
gets smacked in the
T
face by
poses.
No.
Look,
yeah,
he tries to.
But like he's gonna do it to like get between Fenrir too. I'm just gonna like.
Well, no, he
Or the
wasn't trying to
touch-
get in between Fender. He was trying to get in
Oh.
between Logstrom and Beth.
Oh,
But Beth
I still go
smacks
either
him in the
way.
head and like sends him flying like 3 feet.
I just walk over to him, lay on the ground. I touch his finger. I touch the mirror to his finger. I do.
Nothing happens.
I just keep doing it, but it's not working. It's not working.
It appears it has to be a
Silton, look in
willing
the mirror.
thing.
Willing.
Silton looks in the mirror and
Rockstrom tells
he's
Beth.
bewildered.
Rockstrom tells Beth, look, this is what you basically signed up for when you packed your stuff. So, do you want to grab your stuff and go in there? Or nah?
Well, then I guess we're going.
I like her.
She takes the mirror and she says, "We're pressing this at the same time."
I don't think you can do that.
Oh, we'll see. We'll
guess we'll find
basically
out.
We'll basically take a selfie with the mirror and then both touch it while Fenrir holds
Rockstrom,
it.
you look into the mirror and you see yourself,
The poorest
but
guy alive.
on your knees, quivering and shaking in fear.
Mm-hmm.
It means you're not fearful, man. It means you're real brave. It's the opposite of you, right?
Can't write courage without rage.
You touch the mirror together.
What
And
what
then
does
both-
what does Beth see?
She does not tell you what she sees. Rodstrom
She sees
And Beth
Fenrir
touch the
turn on
mirror.
Desert Rock dead.
and you two disappear. Fenrir and Silton.
I just
Silton
like so
looks at Silton and he says, "Are we doing this?"
everybody else done it.
Fuck!
Hold
I
on,
forgot.
hold on.
I forgot to
Hold on,
tell
hold on.
Boris.
I have an
No.
idea. I have an idea. Let's put the mirror on the ground so that way, if we touch it, it won't fall from our hands and then shatter and potentially trap us.
Don't do it in the
Also,
middle of the hallway.
we should probably have someone watch the mirror as well. Where's
Don't.
Boris?
Thank you.
He's smart, guys. Once in a while, he's
You're like,
useful.
he's like, where's Boris? I go, oh, Boris.
Boris walks into the room and he says, "Hello, Fenrir."
Hey, can you just like make sure nobody messes with this mirror and like watch it while we're gone?
Don't touch it.
I'm sorry?
Tell him who we are.
Oh, me, Ragaz, Rogstrom, Willa, and we think Elba too. Yeah, we're all touching this mirror to go into it. Don't touch it. Just watch it and make sure nobody else touches.
He walks
And don't
over
break
to
it.
Fenrir. He puts his hand on your face and he says, "Fenrir, I know we don't always get along, but I want you to listen to me when I say this. Hugs, not drugs, please."
I go. Oh yeah, something touched the mirror.
You hear Silton swear and he touches the mirror and then disappears.
I go.
He looks at where Silton was. He looks at you.
I go. Magic shit.
He says,
Watch
He
the
says-
mirror.
Magic shit.
he just sort of sits there for a minute, like doesn't move, and then
He's
so
buffering.
you look back at him, trying to figure out what's going on, and then you sort of hear. Hold on. You hear.
You hear
you
a
just have
modem boot up sound.
Did you just have that sitting there waiting?
And he says, "Does not compute."
I go. You know what? I pick up the mirror. I go put it on Elba's bed. Just like lay it flat.
I will make sure no one touches the mirror.
And I go, good. And I just
When you touch it, nothing happens.
I look at the mirror.
Okay. When you look inside the mirror, you see yourself as lawful good Fenrir again.
No.
That's the worst.
That guy's a dick.
And then you disappear. When you touch it.
I still have a bag of candy with me, by the way. He always has a bag, like at least a pound of candy with him at a time.
'Tis the
You burned
season.
through that time.
If Rygas didn't have his stuff with him, Roxton would have probably grabbed it with Beth's stuff.
You did not specify that you did that.
Hey, I have my
I told her that is what she grabbed her stuff for. Therefore, I thought
Well, she
that
had her stuff with her basically.
Ah.
She had packed her stuff earlier, and it's a backpack,
It's
so
all
she was
good.
just wearing it.
It's
This is
all
why I am forever always armed with everything.
You're a wizard. You're already armed with everything as long as you have your
I
spell
also
book.
have a bow and a sword.
Those don't do anything.
let's not talk about what Fairner's carrying, right?
I have I
You
have
know
my
what?
I have my bag of
You know
holding.
what?
Everything's in there.
I know the general idea of where you live. It won't be too hard to find you.
kill him. Do it.
You know, I
Halloween
still got
prank.
that,
Kill him.
I got my old armor with me. You could use that because magic resizes.
Dwarf side. All right.
Yeah, it's +2 half
See,
plate.
Yemen. Now that we're in the mirror.
Nope, you see nothing
Should-
and you die.
Should we
I'm so glad you asked.
should we put in a quick pause?
Oh, we will. Just short.
Okay.
Let's see. People that went in together. Willa,
So,
you find yourself in a vast nothingness. And then you're sitting there chilling, trying to figure out what's going on, and then you hear something above you. And it sounds like. And then Rygas falls from the sky face first.
I dodge him and let him fall.
Rygas, you slam your face into nothingness,
Nice.
so it doesn't really hurt, but your face is just sort of stuck in nothing.
Ooh,
Nope.
Rogstrom, you find yourself in a brick room with a fire going, and Beth is alongside you.
They get the cool.
What type of room?
A room made of brick. There's a
brick
nice
room.
fire going.
Yeah,
Yes.
I understood a trick room.
Oh, there's a bed, table with some flowers put on it. However, they've long wilted, and there's a bookcase.
Mm-hmm.
Fenrir,
Not this shit again.
It's not the first time
you are fine. You're
Okay.
fine. You're just sitting there standing, and then you realize you're not standing, you're falling. But you're like standing completely upright as you're falling.
Yeah, I'm
You
just
look
like,
to your right, and you see Silton's also just right next to you. He
It's
looks
like-
back at you.
it's like the most disappointed fall you could ever have. He's just like,
And then you look underneath you, and you see there is a ground approaching at a very, very rapid pace.
I just go, this is gonna suck. He pulls out a healing potion.
And then as you are approaching the ground, which appears to be a sort of forest area, Silton looks at you, and he sort of tries to maneuver a little bit away. And he says to you, "Don't even try it."
I go, I'm falling. I turn into a bird.
Oh, that is not at all what I expected. Oh my God.
I'm falling, and I'm just like, oh, wait a second. I just turn into an eagle, and I'm just like, this is easier.
And then Silton says, I don't think he's actually able to turn into animals yet. I'm not sure. We'll get back to that.
The
We're going to go ahead and
fighter.
take our 5-minute break.
The fighter.
I mean, he can turn to sorry, not
5-minute
animals. I
break,
mean birds. I don't think he can
guys.
turn to flying things.
Woo!
Yeah, go ahead.
I was about to say.
And We're back.
Hi guys.
How is Yemen's top of the head?
Listen. So let me ask you guys a question. Who wants to be up first?
Nobody's volunteering
I
and willing
can-
to do it, Haley.
It doesn't matter to me.
Let's do it.
Kendrick.
Let's roll for it, lol.
Oh, okay.
You know
All right.
what?
Roll percentile, all of you.
Oh, percentile?
All right.
Okay.
Damn it. Okay, that's a 0. And that's a 90. 90.
Wait. How are we rolling for this? I got a 32.
Okay, who got the highest percent? Is what I'm
I
asking.
got a 50.
90.
I got a 40.
Alright.
So I got the highest percent.
So Rod's turn.
Mm-hmm.
You're in this room with Beth. The atmosphere is fairly calm, and really the only unsettling thing is just the wilted flowers.
Is there a mirror in the room?
There is not.
Is there a window in the room?
There is a window with drapes.
Is there
Currently
also
closed.
a door?
There is a door.
Okay. I would like to tell Beth what I saw in the mirror before I touched it, but also ask her what she saw.
She says, it was she takes time to try and figure out how to describe exactly what she saw, but she saw herself fearless, and she says she saw herself fearless and confident and
So
without worry.
basically the exact opposite of me. Right?
I guess you could say that.
Okay. Now I don't know if it's the mirror itself or if some magic was on the mirror, but that was a weird mirror.
One liner of the night, guys. That was a weird mirror. Boom, 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 boom. Seinfeld. Alright.
Also, I would ask her if she has any idea where the heck we are.
I haven't really done.
And
much
maybe
adventuring.
look out of the mirror, look out of the window, see if I can see anything.
Okay, you pull back the drapes. They're a bit old, so it takes a little bit of effort to actually get them. They appear to be rusted a bit. But looking out, you see out into a dark town. That is very dreary, very. It's a little bit unsettling, but also kind of boring. It's very old, and there's not too much interesting about it. The houses are arranged in just about as bland a pattern as you can get. There's a large church in the center, and next to it is a building not quite as large, but still of a decent size, with pillars out in front and large stairs leading into it.
And I wouldn't recognize this town.
This is not a town that you would recognize exactly, but based off its structure or anything, it definitely feels like you recognize it a bit just because of how bland the town is.
Okay. I'll ask Beth if she knows anything about this place.
I can't say that I do. I'm
Weird.
sorry.
Okay, so besides that, there's only the wilted plants on the table and the
Yeah.
bookshelf, correct?
Yeah, and looking on the bookshelf, you see all the books just have a lot of dust on them. The impression you get from this place is it's just very old and been here for quite some time.
And do the books have a particular theme, or are they just a random assortment?
When you look at these books and try to like figure out what books they are you actually can't read the titles. It's sort of blurry.
Even if I remove the dust?
Absolutely, you take remove the dust. In fact, you can actually pick up one of the books if you'd like and open it, and all of the words are blurry.
Uh, I'll ask Beth. Can you read this?
She takes it and she says, "No, it's weird.
So it's
I'd like for you to make a perception check."
Is it blurry for you too? Oh,
Yes, it is.
fudge. 15.
You don't notice anything else. Willa
Unfortunate.
and Rygas. So you guys are in a vast nothingness. Only yourselves to accompany.
I'm gonna pick a direction and start walking.
Okay, Rygas, for reference, is still stuck in the ground.
I'll give him our ground.
Okay. Also, one thing you notice, Willa, except for your familiar, all of your snakes are gone.
That's not cool.
You know, I was just starting to get to like them.
It's okay. I still have Simon. It's fine.
No, you gave him a name. Right. You pull Rygas up from the ground, and you guys begin walking. Is there anything you guys were going to discuss as you guys are walking?
No.
Okay. As you guys begin walking, the ground around you begins to be very mossy, very dirty and gross, and old and
I thought we were in a
deteriorated.
void.
Um, you are. It just the ground feels like that.
Can I pick it up, or is it not tangible?
When you try to pick up the ground, all of everything around you changes, and you see you are in a sort of dark old forest leading into what appears to be a large city. Um, that's sort of old, dreary, and the trees sort of lean over and look rotted. The ground itself looks to be very old, sort of rotted dirt.
Can I?
Ryguys does not see this.
What? What? Why are you touching the ground?
Because I wanted to. Um. Spell. Can I do detect magic?
Detect magic?
Mm-hmm.
Go for it.
Poof.
Well, first thing that happens is Rygaz just sort of lights up like a Christmas light.
Well,
There's
that's a
plenty of
gift.
magic on him.
Urine.
There's plenty of magic on him. However, the area around you doesn't actually light up. It doesn't appear to be magical.
That's concerning.
At this point, I'd like for you to make a perception check.
24.
Okay. You notice that all of the trees, they don't seem to have very good detail about them. The trunks are a bit distorted and blurry.
Can I
Right,
go
guys,
touch?
you see here. Yes, go ahead. When you touch the tree,
Gonna go touch an imaginary tree that he can't see.
when you touch the tree does in fact feel real. It feels like old bark. Now, as you touch the tree, the bark easily peels away just a little bit. It's definitely an old rotted tree. Potentially could fall down at any moment.
But it feels real. If I eat it, does it taste like bark?
Yes. It also tastes disgusting as it is rotted, and there's probably a few bugs in it.
That's okay.
Protein.
That's
Cameron, can I do a knowledge planes check?
Absolutely, to try and figure out where the crap you are.
Yeah. 18.
That's a very good roll. All you can really determine from that is wherever you are, it doesn't appear. Nothing really seems to spark a light bulb in your head. If this is some sort of other plane, it is likely one that is not commonly studied, not one that information is widely available on.
Okay. Well,
I'm
just
gonna-
gonna sit down and just let Willa do her thing.
Oh,
When
I'm
you
gonna
sit
start.
down,
I'm gonna.
your butt gets wet.
I kind of figured. I mean, it's mossy.
No, like you feel like you just sat down in a puddle.
Nice. Did I sit down in a puddle? If I look, do I see a puddle?
Willa, you would in fact see that Rygas is just sort of sat down in this muddy, disgusting puddle. There are flies just sort of flying around in it.
Cool. I'm gonna start walking towards the village.
Okay.
Wait, where are you going? I follow after.
Okay. You keep walking with Willa. Fenrir and Silton. So Silton will also turn into probably whatever bird you turned into. And you guys begin flying down.
All right.
When you get down into this deep forest, first thing you notice is that the humidity rises exponentially, and you just instantly begin to just sweat.
Could you repeat that? My Wi-Fi wigged out for a second.
First thing you notice when you get down in this deep, expensive forest full of large, lush trees, the humidity rises exponentially, and you just begin sweating. You feel like a soup is among you, or around you.
Let's go. I turn back into myself. I'm gonna give the other ring to Silton right now, and she'll be like, "Listen, if somehow we get split up, just talk to me through this."
He nods, and he says, "So what exactly is our goal here?"
Find everybody else. We gotta meet up with our people, then find the others.
The way to contact them.
No,
This doesn't seem like it was a very good plan.
who said it was a plan?
Oh, I see. Oh. Where to next?
What's
You look around, so you can see there aren't really any paths in this forest, and all of the plants are very, very large. And there you can hear just sort of the buzzing of the insects all around you. There appears to be a bright light coming out one direction, a good ways away, and then in the other direction is a sort of bluish light. Well, not really bluish light, but you see the color blue.
Light, dark. Light, dark. So, what do you think?
Well, let's see. Do you know where we are?
We touched a mirror. We fell, and we're standing in a forest.
Maybe it teleported us somewhere. What did you see when you looked in the mirror?
A dick.
Oh, well, maybe we can use that. Maybe it's a clue. Um,
What did you see?
I saw myself courageous
Yeah, it makes sense.
and useful.
That's funny because I was just about to ask you that. Uh, so I want to climb up a tree and actually get it like
Make a climb check.
yeah, to see.
He Stilton like tries to hold out his hands, and he's like, all right. If you fall, I'll try and catch you.
Dirty 20.
All right, you climb right up. Boop, 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 boop. We get to the top. First off, actually, this tree is large enough that you're able to get about halfway up the tree. I'm going to need you to make another climb check.
18.
18. It's a bit difficult, but you're able to scramble up because by this point there's a few branches that you can grab onto. And you get up to the top of this tree, and you are very, very high up. And when you come out of this, the sun shines bright down onto you, but you're able to see over these trees, and you can see behind you that where that blue color was coming from.
Is he coming out for everybody else?
See, and in front of you.
What you said?
He cut out for me too.
Yeah, he's frozen.
Where that bright light was coming.
Yemen,
Stop.
Yemen, you're frozen.
From it, the sun shining.
Stop talking right quick. Hold on.
Trees.
Give it a second.
And
I don't think he can hear us. Bop, exterminate, exterminate.
And here I thought my internet would be the one that would be fucking up.
Restarting Discord. I don't know what's going on. Oh, frick! My Wi-Fi literally just.
Wi-Fi dying is #1 cause of having disconnects.
Yeah, my Wi-Fi on my computer literally appears to have just died. Not sure what's going on.
You're just talking. I'm just like, stop. No.
We heard blue light, and then you were just roboting away.
Great.
Yeah.
Does it go beep, boo, boo, bop, boo, boo, bop?
You're looking
No, man, it's boo, 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 bop, boo, boo, bop.
Can you hear me all right now?
If you're not holding your hand in front of the microphone, yes.
I'm not holding my hand in front of the microphone. Okay, so basically, you're looking over the tops of this tree. Behind you, where that blue light was coming from, you can see what appears to be the sea. In front of you, where that large light was coming from, it's apparently the sun shining through the trees, and it leads out into a very, very large open space at the center of which is a sort of pond or a large lake, actually, more of a lake.
I go, water or more water, but that looks like important water, so I'm going to the important one. What? I just look at my screen, there's nothing.
My focus already started. My on Mac. It already basically rejoined from here. Frick.
Are you back now? Ba-ba-ba-da. You are muted.
Me?
Yes.
Yes, you were talking.
Now we can hear you, yes.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Wonderful.
Disconnect. Okay, there we freaking go. I was trying to disconnect to my computer because it's having a connection fit. Try to connect to my phone, and it was being done. All right, I think we're good now. I am sorry, everyone. I apologize.
It's okay,
I
Yannick.
go.
Try your best. Thank
Yes.
you for running the game.
Yes.
We love you.
Your love is misplaced, but I appreciate it nonetheless. All right.
I
So,
go towards the important water. I want to climb down and go towards the important water.
I also said make a perceptive check. My computer just cut out.
31. I rolled an 18 plus 13.
Dinosaurs.
I just go. Soldier just hears from the top. Son of a bitch! Just ring out over everything.
There is something in front of your microphone, Yaman. It sounds like you're underwater.
I am going to attempt to connect my headset to my phone and see if that fixes it. And also, you notice one more thing, Fenrir, which I'll get to. Hold on. Now, you also notice. Does this fix my mic? Is it better?
Yeah. Yes.
It's
Good.
different but better, yeah.
Good. So you notice that your hands, you can't see them right. Your hands are blurry.
So I can see all the way out and see dinosaurs, but I can't see my hands.
In fact, whenever you try to look at the detail of really just anything, it goes blurry, especially your hands. You can't even count your fingers.
Let's go. Hey, Silton! Which finger am I holding up? I can't see it.
There's no responses. You're so high up in the trees, he probably can't hear you.
He goes, damn, that would have been funny. He starts climbing back down.
Okay. And Silton says, "What did you see?"
I go, first of all, how many fingers am I holding up? I can't see it.
Well,
Can you not see it? Answer. It's easy.
He looks like the most confused you've ever seen a person in his life. I don't know.
I go, good. I don't either. They're dinosaurs. We're going that way.
Okay.
I just start walking towards the dinosaurs, and I'm just like, I'm gonna fight this T-Rex. I already know it's him.
Rogstrom and Beth.
Mm-hmm.
What are you guys doing?
I mean, probably try to go to the village and find out where we are. So I
Okay.
guess we'll make our way to the church and the other big building that was there.
Gotcha. Um, so you begin journeying through. You leave the house that you guys are in. You find it's just a small little nothing house made of brick. Someone who was particularly poor must have lived here. Going down the street, it is very dimly lit. The road is a bit cracked. Definitely has been taken care of for quite some time. And you head down the street towards the church. When you get to the church, uh, what would you do?
Uh, First off, I'll try to figure out what the other big building is, if it's like some kind of city hall or something.
You go over that, and I'll have you make a perception check as you guys are walking.
Let me guess, the sign is blurry. Oh shit. Uh, that's perception 30.
You notice your hands are a bit blurry. You can't see them very well. You also notice that this building appears to be a library.
I'll go knock on the church door.
uh, there is no reply. You can hear your knock echo throughout the entirety of the building.
Is the door locked?
No, this temple has a very large door made of some dark stone, and on top of the door is a sort of bluish swirl that looks sort of like a spirit. Um,
That's a fire alarm. Or something.
We're all gonna die. What do we do?
Sorry about that.
All I can think about is a gnome village on fire right now.
um, you see a swirl um, upon that top. Now, did you want to inspect that in any way?
I got.
Bless you.
Bless you. I have knowledge nature and nothing else.
Okay. What does Beth have? That's a good question.
Probably more.
Probably. Um, Beth is going to make a knowledge religion check. She will tell you that that symbol is the symbol of Pharasma, the Lady of Graves, goddess of death.
Huh. Now, why would they build a church for the goddess of death?
To house the dead.
So I would ask Beth if she has any ideas if we should go in there or if we shouldn't.
Oh, absolutely not. You tell me what happens in there. All right, I have an idea.
Yeah.
I'll go in. You didn't see a prophecy about me, did you?
No, but I'm not quite sure we should enter this building at all. I'd rather just try finding whoever is trapped in here with us besides the party.
It
And
could be in there. And it is a prophecy, meaning you'll have to face it at some point, unless we break it.
mm-hmm. Breaking stuff.
I could break it.
Burnt out the library. It breaks everything.
Chirp, 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 chirp.
Uh, I mean, I should be able to go. Wait, is the church connected to the library?
No.
Then I should be able to go into the church, no problem. So we can we can go in there together.
You open the church.
Angry. Wrong. Smash.
And the doors open wide to reveal a very, very boring temple. You get the feeling that this isn't really something that follows the style of a Pharasma temple. It just looks like a regular chapel. It's got its pews. It's very vacant. Very vacant.
This bitch empty.
And
Are there
at
any
the, at,
are there any lit candles or something?
there are candles, probably. There probably are a bunch of candles in a corner on the side, and probably one on the left as well. That would not be lit. And at the end where the altar and the podium would be, there is a large sort of black cloak.
A large black
And
cloak that is just lying there, or
it is lying there, and there appears to be something inside this cloak.
Is it playing an organ?
what do you mean inside?
I just feel like you could see that the cloak is just sort of there's a bump in it, a rather oddly shaped bump
Mm-hmm.
that sort of gives the idea that something is probably inside it.
Okay, I don't trust this place one bit, and I'll pull out my great axe and get closer to the cloak.
Okay. Beth will hold on to your arm very tightly.
Mm-hmm. And then I'll use my great axe to like poke. Ow!
Sorry.
I thought that was the cloak.
You poke, you,
Damn!
you poke at the cloak, and when you push it a little bit, you can see there's sort of the end of a stick in this cloak.
One hand on the great axe. I'll pull the stick out of the cloak.
You pull the stick out to reveal a very, very large scythe.
What does the sign say? Is it blurry?
Scythe. Scythe.
Oh, a scythe. Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. Can I break the scythe?
Break it over your knee.
Okay. Is it broken? Okay. Well, if there's no one else in here, I'll also this cloak reminds me of the cloak that the Reaper uses, right? In my prophecy.
Absolutely.
I'll smash it to bits with my great axe.
You begin chopping at this cloak with your great axe.
Mm-hmm.
When you are done, you're breathing very, very heavily, and it is just sort of in tatters.
Mm-hmm. And there's still no one in this church besides us.
At this point, Rogstrom, ever since you were in that place and you had that sort of vision, you've had this uneasy feeling. All of a sudden, when you do that, that feeling like you're being watched and pursued, and you sort of had this doom over you, it grows tenfold, and the hairs on the back of your neck stand up.
Okay, I'll look around the room, see if anyone is there. who was hiding previously.
Willa and Rygaz. You guys are just walking through this forest. You guys are walking through this forest, and it's you see Rygaz has gotten up probably, and you see that he's just sort of dripping with all of this gross goo on him that he doesn't seem to notice.
I want to prestidigitation him clean because disgusting.
Okay, when you do, Rygaz, you see Willa just cast prestidigitation over you, and that wet feeling goes away.
Thank you. Hey, before we go, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to accuse you. I'm just a superstitious person.
I'm sure you didn't. I'm gonna keep walking.
But
What-
all right.
You're welcome to keep talking. Doesn't mean I'm gonna respond.
But I just when I asked the gods about Geb, they said, "Beware Willa." I don't know what that's supposed to mean, so I figured I'd ask you and talk
But
to you
that's
about
not
it.
what you asked me.
Rygaz, you I imagine you guys probably stop when you do this. When you stop, you sort of
Oh,
hit
I'm
a
not
rock.
stopping.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
we can keep talking while we walk.
You sort of hit a rock and stub your toe. When you do, you actually see the rock. And you look around and you see it's not a rock, but it's a precious jewel. And you're in this sort of glorious golden city. The road is that of
That's
gold.
cool.
The buildings are fantastic and beautiful. It is a sort of heavenly image.
Wait, do you see this gold?
Yeah.
I've never seen this much gold.
I wouldn't touch the gold. It's probably cursed.
Stubbed his toe and ascended to
Willa,
heaven.
you do not. You still see.
I know
what
I
you
don't. I know I don't see the gold.
Okay.
I've this is I could solve so many problems on the world.
I think you should leave the gold here.
But like if you could see what I could see.
I can, and I think you should leave it here.
Do I believe that I see what she sees what I see?
Nothing good ever comes from greed.
I'd say I'd leave it up to a role playing thing.
All right.
But Willa does in fact seem interested in the ground, and I believe in the past Willa has very much grabbed anything shiny when you guys are adventuring. So probably is a little bit out of character.
So this must be an illusion then, what I'm seeing.
Probably.
But as I was saying, sorry, I was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to. I didn't mean to do that to you. I've been working on something that I think you'll appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to
Right.
find an enchantment for
Rygaz, before you can finish speaking, you feel a holy presence wash over you. A presence of intense light and serenity that washes over you, and it's unlike anything you've experienced before. It's almost godlike.
Almost, but not.
Well, it's not really a feeling that you've felt before, and that's about as close as you could get it. Willa, as as he sort of stops and you see him, uh, you see that, and then all of the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. You have this sort of chilling feeling go around you, and then all of a sudden just have the feeling of being alone.
I haven't stopped moving.
Okay.
Do I still see
Right
Willow?
at you still would, yes. However, you notice that a large shadow begins to hang over you and Willow.
Willow, there's a shadow.
This
I cast
shadow
left-
looks like
both
that
left.
of an angel.
What do I see?
You, Willa, you feel this sort of you what would you say? You would feel this sort of you would probably see the shadow as well. However, it would not take the form of an angel, but
Mhm.
instead would take the form of this sort of ferocious beast.
What kind?
You turn around and you see something that looks like this just sort of mash of tentacles, mouths, and eyes. And it looks disgusting. And riding on top of it is someone you recognize instantly, someone you despise. Wearing a black cloak, you see the toy maker. However, his expression is a little bit different than how you remember him, and he does not speak.
He doesn't speak?
No. I guess.
That can't be him.
That's not
He never
him.
stops speaking.
I know.
Do you turn around?
The angel. Yeah, I saw the angel, right?
You turn around and you see not an angel, but Saren Ray herself. You see a beautiful, beautiful woman with massive feathered wings, hair like that of fire, and a face calm and full of love. She looks down on you and she smiles. And she says, her voice is soft and it sort of fills you with determination and a warm glow of courage. And she says, Rygas, you are my most faithful follower. And I need you to do something for me.
Do tell.
Fenrir and Sultan.
What's up?
Why are we such extreme opposites? I don't like
I don't know.
Well, let's break out the scroll.
Fenrir,
I couldn't tell you if I wanted to.
Fenrir.
Yeah.
Which did you guys say you were headed to again? The opening?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, by this point, you would very much recognize this place as the Muwangi Expanse.
Yep. I noticed
Place
something. There's a burnt down gnome village around here somewhere.
How did you know that?
I was here when it happened.
I somehow feel like you're related.
Actually, I was the only one who was.
I find that hard to believe.
I do too, but it's kind of true.
Well,
Sometimes fact is more strange than fiction.
that doesn't make any sense. All right. So if you know this place, what exactly should I be aware of?
I go, big ass lizards with sharp teeth.
I mean, dinosaurs.
Yes, but my description was a lot cooler.
Could have just said dinosaurs. I've read about them plenty of times.
I said dinosaurs earlier, so you knew what to expect.
I was more concerned with the fact that I couldn't see a finger.
You mean this one?
Don't do. He takes the same finger. He shows it to you. Can you see that?
Wait, if you couldn't see it, how do you know what finger I'm holding up?
He takes a wild guess.
That's
He
fair.
knows you well enough. So basically, what it looks like is it looks like you two are flipping it off, but you guys are on television, so it's just sort of blurred out.
Okay.
And then you hear a roar echo throughout the entirety of the Muwangi expanse. Fenrir, you recognize this roar.
I just go, like, the roar, and I imagine something's like, what was that? I'm just like, that son of a bitch.
Huh. Well, I have a feeling we're about to get into combat.
Third time's the charm.
Knowing you, what do you mean third time?
That's the third time I fought him.
Fought who?
Oh, the T-Rex.
Oh, you see his eyes just go wide. He's like, I don't think that's a good idea.
I don't think we have much of a choice.
We always have a choice. We could go the other way. We could not
You-
fight it.
Do you think the exit is somewhere we want to go?
I don't know where the exit is. I don't know any. I don't understand any of this. All I know is you are a destructive person with a destructive personality, and I don't like it.
I run a candy shop and give free candy to kids.
You sound like a politician.
Let's not get into that.
Isn't Sultan a politician? Isn't that what he is?
Technically, yeah. It takes one to know one. Am I right?
Sultan just gets down for a second. He puts his hand in his head. He said, "You know what? Today's a good day to die." And it probably will be. So you guys begin marching off. So Fenrir, what is going through your mind right now?
Well, the obvious, like, you look out over the sea, you're not gonna, we're not gonna be able to find the exit in the ocean. So if we stay on land and we go, he's done this portal jumping shit too much. He knows that you go towards the danger to get out.
Okay.
He's done too much with pocket dimensions. Go to the thing that wants to kill you, and you can leave.
Okay. So you head to what is very likely a T-Rex.
Or something like it. T-Rex adjacent.
Oh shit.
Large open expanse. You originally remember looking out here and seeing a bunch of beautiful dinosaurs. Now it's just empty and quiet, except for at the exact opposite, staring right at you, is this massive, colossal Tyrannosaurus Rex.
I look up and I'm
Except
like,
it has a single tooth missing in its jaw.
I go,
However, it is tenfold bigger than you remember it.
I look at it and I go, oh shit. So he wasn't that big last time.
All right, so what's the plan?
Don't die.
That's right, I forgot who I was talking to. he begins looking through his spells and he says, "Wait, maybe I have something that can help with this."
If you got something that can hold that, I will be very, very, very impressed.
All right, if you fall unconscious, I've got your back. I have
That's,
stabilized prepared.
that's not the kind of thinking we need. We need to think it how to kill it, not how. Wait, no, you're doing good for yourself. Good job.
You see, what's probably going to happen is if I get anywhere near that thing, I'm gone.
You know what? You're probably right.
Because you're like twice as strong as me.
You know what? That's fair. God,
At least.
Uh,
at least.
as
Thank
far
God I
as
got
levels
this new
go,
armor
he is.
on.
All right.
Wait,
Well,
uh,
he just starts screaming maniacally and head, or just screaming madly and just runs towards it.
I go.
He seems
I
to have
like the
lost his mind.
spirit.
He
I just
seems
go.
to have lost his mind.
I like the spirit. And I just go charge, and no one's around to hear me. I'm just yelling it, running at
You
it.
yell charge, he yells, "We're going to die!"
Probably this was a very bad idea.
And, if we die,
Wait,
um,
I have a really,
I just
really
want to.
dumb idea. I don't.
He stops.
Wait,
He looks at you and he says, "All right."
T-Rex's arms are too small to swim, right? We need to get him to the ocean.
Frickin', let's do it. Let's go. How do we do this? Wait a second. I'm going to be bait, aren't I?
You are now.
Rogstrom
Turn into something fast.
He's like, He turns into a bunny.
He can't see.
Well, we have to make him. No, he can't talk. He's just like. And then you hear the T Rex. He spots you two, and he lets out a loud roar. And after he roars, your earbuds are just sort of ringing.
You can switch now. I didn't mean to interrupt.
All right, Rogstrom and Beth.
Mm-hmm. I was looking around to find if someone is there that was
Yes.
probably not there.
You and Beth begin sort of searching around. Make a perception check.
Oh, come on. 16.
Okay. I'm just going to see if Beth rolled higher. Do-do-do.
Time to get assassinated.
Do-do-do-do. Yeah, she very much rolled higher. She rolled a 22. And Beth says, oh yeah, you guys begin looking around, and you don't seem to find anything living or anyone hiding out. But you do see a book. On this book, while there aren't any words, it has a sort of gravestone on the um, on the on the cover.
Mm-hmm.
She will bring this book to you.
Okay. I'll open it up.
Okay, when you open it up, there are words, but like I said before, you can't really read them. They're blurry, but you have a feeling like you can. It's weird, very weird. as if you know what's on there. Um, and it has a long list of names of different people you've encountered before that have perished.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and some names sound similar to people who would live in the area, but you wouldn't recognize because but they sort of sound like you should know them.
So not in
And then
Magnamar, but in the area that I'm right now.
no, like in Magdamar and Sandpoint, they sound like
Oh, okay.
Varisian names.
Okay.
And at the bottom, you are of course searching through this, expecting to see your name. That's what's on your head.
Mm-hmm.
At the bottom, instead, you see Beth Nor Koldon. Well, you don't see it, you feel like it's there.
Mm-hmm.
That is the last name.
Uh,
Beth will ask you what was on there.
so she can't read it, and she doesn't feel like she can read it.
Well, she handed you the book. She hasn't looked at it.
Well, I feel like it has your name. Do you have the same feeling?
And she looks over it. She does in fact see her name, or feel like she sees her name.
Okay. Uh, one last sweep through the room. Like,
You don't really reveal too much of interest besides dust and some bones of rats, long dead.
okay. Um, this book, it's just leather bound, right?
Probably yes.
I will destroy it.
Okay, how would you like to destroy this book?
I would like to burn it.
How would you like to burn it?
I have some tools on me.
Do tell.
I have lantern oil. I'm going to use lantern oil.
Lantern oil. Okay. You pour some lantern oil on there, and how do you light it?
I have on me flint and steel.
Flint and steel. You light this book, and it burns bright. It and then you guys
I'll
see
uh
your
I'll, I'll
shadows
also
in
I'll
the
also
temple.
burn the cloak and whatever is left of the scythe.
Yep, you're able to burn most of the scythe. You obviously can't really burn the metal piece. The
Yeah.
fire doesn't burn anywhere near hot enough for that. But you do that, and it's for some reason you don't get rid of this uneasy feeling after you've burned these items.
I'm gonna suggest that we just like leave this whole place. Try to find the possibility of getting away or something.
Okay. You begin to walk out of the temple. When you do, it disappears behind you into dust. But
Okay.
it's not like oh it turns to dust. It's more like it time just instantly begins passing for it, and then it grows old and crumbles to dust. You look at and you see that, which is very odd and peculiar, and you see all of the other buildings in the town do so as well,
Also the library.
except for except for the library.
Fuck.
But you also see beyond this town,
Okay.
um, looking out on the edges, there is sort of a storm of clouds. But these clouds don't look like regular clouds. They're sort of curled and wrinkled in a way that is very odd and peculiar. And they surround the entirety of the town.
So if I were
And
to go up to these clouds, I wouldn't be able to pass through.
it takes a long time, but you and Beth are able to walk through these clouds. It takes a considerable amount of time. And they are black, stormy, but they aren't raining down despite the fact that there is definitely rain among them. It's more like the storm is self-contained. As the clouds sort of wrinkle and turn, they spin amongst themselves, and the storm is only taking place inside of the clouds themselves as they spin, twist, and turn.
Well, I guess there's only one
And you
choice.
said you wanted to walk through them.
I'll try to like put myself through them.
All right. You go through them. Beth will go with you. She's not going to let you out of her sight. And you go through them. And suddenly, you're flying.
Mm-hmm.
You are actually able to fly. And you are flying through a dark, dark sky.
Do I see anything civilization related?
You see Beth along with you. Um, and you look around and you see those clouds, the swirling, swirling clouds. And they swirl and turn into Glass Point, and you are now flying above Glass Point.
Mm-hmm.
And then you begin to fall, and you begin to fall, and you feel like you're growing closer to Sand Point or to Glass Point, although you never seem to hit it. And Beth asks you what's going on.
I don't know. If I can't make a knowledge nature check, I won't know what is going
What
on.
would you like to try and do as you are falling?
Uh, See if I can move freely.
You try to move freely, and you're flying again.
So, can I try to fly backwards?
Absolutely, you fly backwards as if you were born to do this.
Okay. Um,
Um,
uh, ca- so I can completely move freely, but I won't be able to land, and
if you would like to land, you can land.
it doesn't. Wait, I'll try to
When
land.
you try to land, when you try to land, you land. You are now in Glass Point.
Okay.
You can see the dust angels your friends left, although they look a bit odd and distorted. You can see the golems your friends tried to make, although looking at them closely, they just look like clumps of dirt.
Uh, can I try to write something to see if it's still blurry?
When you write something, you can't really seem to form a word. You try really, really hard, but you can't seem to form a word.
Okay. Uh, can I try flying again?
You begin flying yet again.
I don't know what's going on here.
Beth says, because Beth is like trying to do everything that you do, trying to make sense of it all, and she asks you, "Have you ever been able to do something like this before?
Nope.
Does it make sense? This doesn't." She let me see if she has detect magic prepared. I don't believe she does, but I'm gonna check just in case. Yeah, she does. Oh, so she casts detect magic upon this place, and she says, "There's nothing magical about this."
So, if I imagine I can fly, I'll fly.
Mm-hmm.
If I imagine I had Rygas by my side, would he appear?
Rygaz appears by your side. He's like, "Hey, what's up?"
Do I feel like it is the real Rygas?
I mean, I'm real. I don't know what you're talking about.
Can I sense motive this Rygas?
Go for it. Also, you didn't act like you were questioning in your head if he was real or not, and then he responded.
Mm-hmm. Can I question in my head if Beth wants something to drink?
No, I'm all right.
Okay. So this is all in my head. Uh, can I imagine that
But I'm
I...
here too.
So
Hold
am
on,
I.
hold on. And she thinks for a second, and you hear her say in your mind, "Can you hear me?"
And I'll think, yeah, I can. I think something I
She
think something trapped us in our heads.
How would that work?
I don't know. This is
And
what
then
our
Rygaz
adventuring is. We just deal with bullshit.
Rygaz says, "All right, see y'all later. I'm gonna go
Bye,
to
man.
work."
I'm out of here.
And you see him just sort of walk through a portal, and inside the portal you can see him go to what is probably a brothel, and then it closes.
It's not probably. It is. Okay. Let's make one thing clear.
Um.
Willa and Rygaz. Sarah Ray looks at you, Rygaz, and her face changes to a very grave expression. And she says, "There is a very dark presence threatening my realm. And I want you to take care of it for me."
Okay.
"An evil god has brought an army of undead to lay waste to us all.
Aren't the angels more equipped than I am?
All of them have been held in prison. I am actually not here. This is only a form I have taken to communicate with you, so that you would see it is in fact me."
Can I make a sense motive? Do I believe
Absolutely.
her?
Absolutely.
A lot. It's like 32. Actually, wait, no. 31.
You feel like you really want to believe her, but you're unsure of yourself.
This does not make any sense. You have. How did they get trapped in a. Okay, Willa, I'm gonna ask you this. If there's an army of angels, how do they all get trapped in a dimensional prison?
Hey, Yaman, can you mute for a
Ravagurg has
second?
escaped. What was that? Oh,
Thank you. What'd you say?
Willa, how does this make sense? A god's coming to me when there's an army of angels that are supposedly now trapped and wasn't told before. Does that make sense to you?
Where do you see angels?
I don't. I. Saren Ray's here. She's like, all my armies are trapped. I need you specifically. You're my most faithful servant. And I'm like, a little lenient, or not lenient.
If you believe what just any single person tells you to be completely true,
That's why I'm questioning. I'm looking for a second.
in my opinion, is I'm a very skeptical person.
Yeah, I thought so. I think you're most certainly right on this.
She says,
I'm going to
rather
will to
good.
disbelieve in Saren Ray.
Going to will to disbelieve in Sarenrae?
I think it's an
Interesting.
illusion, so I'm willing to disbelieve.
Okay. Go ahead and make a will. I don't. How would this? You know what?
It's a
Go
will
ahead.
save to
Try.
disbelieve like an illusion.
Go ahead.
31. Yeah.
Okay. Well, the first thing that you notice is this is in fact not an illusion. She is in fact very much there. But as you try to remove her from there, she grows silent and disappears.
I think someone's trying to fuck with me.
But as she like disappears, she like grows silent and looks sad and disappears.
Are you sure it wasn't her?
What? What? Are you saying it could have been?
I'm saying it could have been. I'm saying it also couldn't have been.
I cast my second divination.
I'm
First, before I do you see anything, Willa?
I have seen nothing that you have seen.
Willa,
I get that at this point. What do you
on
see?
top
Right
of this, on top of this beast, that this beast looks terrible, and from the he sort of points towards the ground and raises his hand, and up from the ground begins springing an army of undead beings.
What's your name?
The beast does in fact not respond, nor does the toy maker on top, but instead the beast begins to scream and shout, and it transforms in a very horrific way. It sort of contorts, shifts, and then it turns into this colossal ant-like creature that looks not unlike this.
I can't see that. It's too shiny. Oh God.
Oh Jesus Christ! I
Would
think
And
I have a question. Would I know if it would I have any inkling if it could actually be Geb or some form of god of the undead?
do you have knowledge religion? Religion. You
I
should.
do.
You can roll knowledge religion. You can roll knowledge geography, or knowledge. Yeah, knowledge religion, knowledge geography. I'll roll either one.
I'll do. They're all the same. I'll just stick religion.
What did you roll?
15.
You would know this is not Geb. Geb looks humanoid, just sort of ghost-like. This is a being of immense destruction.
But it
That's
has
all
no
you can really discern from
relation to undead.
It doesn't seem to, however, it did seem to summon a bunch of undead from the ground. These undead rise, and they're much more than just regular zombies. They're these big, hulking, uh, ogre-like creatures that look ridiculously strong. And then, after all of them rise, this ant thing and all of the undead, and even the toy maker on top of the ant, they bow to you.
I think we should move on. I'm going to say to Rayaz, I'm going to turn around and keep walking towards the village.
Yeah, I'm not liking this any. Yeah, let's go. Lead
You
the way.
can do your divination godly stuff later.
Yeah, sounds right. It sounds good to me.
Okay, so you guys are just going to keep You're going to keep walking towards the village, Willa.
I'm turning
I
away.
follow.
I'm going the other. Yeah, I'm ignoring
Okay,
that.
Okay. So in order to actually turn around, you actually have to
Nope.
go past the giant ant thing.
That's fine. I'm not interacting with it.
Okay. They all follow you.
I'm not talking. I'm not acknowledging them at all.
Rygaz, you feel disconnected from Saren Rain. You feel a great sort of sorrow come about you.
It's got to be all in my head. It can't. She
And
Why
then
do
doesn't
you
you
think?
give
feel a wave of disappointment.
Why do you think it's in your head?
It's because I know if it was truly her, she would try and reconcile with me and not just leave.
Maybe she didn't have a choice.
She doesn't give up on Asmodeus. Why would she give up on me?
And then, Rygaz, you begin to feel an evil presence coming from very close to Willa, if not Willa herself.
It's all wrong. This doesn't make sense. She's not. You're not evil, right?
Not in my opinion.
Not in mine either. I mean, sure, you're eccentric.
I'm not talking about that. This conversation is happening and I am moving. I am continuing on this.
Yeah, no, I haven't stopped walking. I'm just kind of keeping up with you. I don't. I'm confused.
Willa, is there a particular thing going through your mind as you're walking?
Resignation.
Resignation? Okay.
She's checked out.
Anything
Her
else?
last
Or
brain cells are done.
is it just nope?
No, it's not nope, as it is just kind of like disappointment, I guess. I don't know in what. It's just like I don't know where or like in what or in where, but it's just kind of like a resigned disappointment.
Okay. So like you thought you were going into something really interesting and now you're just kind of bored?
No. I don't know how to describe it, but resigned disappointment. Not in like the bored like disinterested kind, but like more
Burnt
like
out?
the yeah, burned out, like upset,
I gotcha.
acceptance kind of way.
Then Willa, as you guys are walking, you step on a rock, Willa, which when you look down, it is in fact a shining jewel, and you look around you, and you can see you are in a glowing, shining, heavenly place. So in the Rygaz, you also step on a rock, and you look around, and you see you are in a very, very dark, marshy forest. Behind you
That's gonna freak
is
him
an
out.
army of horrible ogre undead, and you see the Toymaker riding on top of Ravagug.
I immediately cast spiritual weapon.
Can I stop him?
You could.
When Willis stops to try and stop Rygaz, all of the army of undead and the and
Oh
Ravagug
fuck.
Toymaker stop moving as well as she does.
I,
I know what you're saying. Just, they aren't there, okay? They aren't there. Just keep walking. Okay?
so then, if I'm seeing what you saw, are you seeing the gold?
I am. And we're gonna keep walking.
The undead creatures begin to ready themselves for combat, and they look right at you, Rygaz.
Uh,
Bring it on,
And-
bitches.
And Rygaz would very much know who Ravagug is. You would know that he is the enemy to everything that Saren Ray stands for.
oh. And I can't see what they're doing, can I?
And he stares right into you.
Listen, I
And
still
you-
got your kid
you-
to take care of, so if you kill me, that's just bad. That's just BM at that point.
And he or it it sort of moves in a position as if to say, bring it on. And you feel a sort of holy fire come about you.
I'm not letting him go backwards, just so we're clear. I am at this point trying to drag him towards the
You're much
village.
stronger than me. You can easily pull Rygas. You're doing the scrappy
then-
doodle. Let me out. Let me out. Well,
The
I can do it.
Toymaker
Let me
on
out.
top of Ravagug says, Willa, it's
I
your
can't-
call. We can be
I-
rid of him in a moment.
I'm not seeing them anymore. I can't hear them,
Oh
can
no,
I?
you can't hear him. You can't hear him. But Rygaz hears it.
Toy maker. I know you want to kill me and all, and that's great. But
Oh,
see,
it's
here's the
not
thing.
my call. We
You
follow
don't-
her.
You don't reason with illusions. I learned this at the age of 6 years old. You don't reason with illusions. You ignore them, and eventually they go away. Okay?
They're asking if
I don't care what they're asking. We don't acknowledge them. We don't interact with them. That's how you survive.
Willa, just say the word.
Stop.
Just dragging her.
What's this? Willa the sane one and Rygas the insane one? What's this? Who would have thought?
All right. So Willa, you're just dragging him along, right?
Yeah, I'm going. My end goal is that village. No one would want to reach there, but that's my end goal.
Fenrir,
I am powerless to stop
Sultan.
Willa. She's much stronger than me.
You're not wrong.
She's a whole 6 points stronger than me, so I can't do anything.
Fenrir and Sultan. You said that you want Silton turned into a rabbit. And you see the T-Rex roared at you guys, and then he begins trying to go around this massive lake. Now, it will take him a good bit to get to you, but he not as long as a creature of his original size would have, because he is colossal. But he is definitely headed straight for you too. You're muted.
I'm not. Well, Fenrir's got to go around the lake too. So I guess that's what he's doing.
So you begin running at him. Silton is able to keep up. His bunny form apparently is really fast. It definitely can. In fact, he probably goes faster than you do. Somehow.
I just go, hey, Sultan, maybe a better idea. We have to touch the mirror together. Maybe if we touch him, something happens.
The bunny stops, looks at you, cocks its head.
No. All right. In all fairness, we came through a magic mirror, but I know he can't speak back, but I'm still talking to him. As like we had to touch a magic mirror to be transported here. That's already a crazy idea. So if we do the crazy thing of running to a giant T-Rex and touching him, maybe something happens.
He goes,
Just a rabbit, just a rabbit, like. And I go, I pick him up.
okay.
I go, I have an idea. I start running at him.
He like holds up a paw. He looks at you as you're running. He holds up a paw. Keeps looking back at you and back at the T-Rex, back at you, back at the T-Rex.
As I'm running, I'm like, if I threw a tree that far, how far can I throw a rabbit?
He starts squirming. The T-Rex gets about 100 feet away from you.
I want to burn in a large person right quick. Yeah. I mean, that's. Yeah. And I'm going to keep going at him.
Okay.
Yeah,
How close do you want to be to him before you do something?
Well, I mean, he's 100 feet away, and I can only go 40 feet in a turn. So,
This is not a moment where we're rolling initiative yet.
well,
Not just yet.
I want to get about 60 feet away. I'm just going to throw Silton at him because, like the touching idea, if I throw him there, he just gets there faster.
Make an arranged attack roll.
Hey. So, am I proficient with Silton?
This is an improvised weapon, Jordan. You know this.
I know.
You are not in.
I rolled a 17 on the die, so plus 8, I guess. What do I get to improvised weapon attack?
-4.
Oh, it's just -4 from a regular one.
Mhm.
So it's plus 4, so 21.
You toss him and you hear a and then as Silton flies in the air,
punch him.
Silton, he looks at you, he gives you a look like and then he turns around and he's like and he holds out his fist and his foot and the T-Rex stops. He opens his mouth. T-Rex stops. He opens his mouth. Silton flies in. He closes his mouth.
Let's go. He can touch him from the inside.
And then the T-Rex stops for a minute. You hear and then he lets out a roar, and you do not see Silton.
As you go, maybe he was small enough he didn't know. Silton, you good?
Gain a tally point.
I don't know what it's for, but I'll take it.
The T-Rex is now 20 feet away from you and charging at you. Did you want to do anything else before we do a thing?
I just go, this is a really stupid idea. And I think Bull Strength only takes a single turn to cast. Not a single turn, but a single action. So I'm going to cast that right quick. And we can do the thing.
Well, you cast Bull Strength, and this T-Rex begins rushing towards you. You know what time it is, Jordan?
Time to roll initiative.
It is time to pray to your god of choice.
Listen, I didn't say it was a good idea.
Also, it's time to roll initiative!
I should have brought a tree. That's what I should have done. I should have brought a tree with me. Um, 17.
You go first.
I'm gonna run at him and touch him. Just
What's your speed?
40. I got a double speed. I got a double move.
Okay. You go forward. You touch him.
Uh
The T-Rex will take his turn. He looks down at you.
huh. I touch him and nothing happens. I go, shit.
And he is going to attempt to bite you. So that's a 31.
Yeah.
He bites you, and then he's also going to attempt to grab you because he chomps down at you with his colossal mouth.
Uh huh.
What is your CMD?
26.
Gotcha.
Is the armor bonus added to
45.
is met?
Size bonuses.
Yeah.
Oh, gee. Oh, no.
T-Rexes are very good at grappling, it turns out.
Yeah.
He
This happened
grabs
before.
he grabs you, and he's going to deal to you. Um, 15, 7. No, no, no. 39 points of damage as he
Okay.
chomps down into you. And
That
then
Peter, that armor had DR3, right? All right.
Yep.
Cool.
that is his turn, so it's your turn. You're in its mouth.
I guess gotta try to break grapple, but the only way I'm gonna hit this is if I get a nat 20. Uh,
Are you doing an escape artist?
is it escape artist or is it?
It'd be CMB or escape artist, whichever one you want to do.
Well, CMB is plus 13. Actually, size bonus is plus 15 right now, and escape artist is plus 1.
Yeah, probably go CMB.
Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't do it.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 3 on the die.
Oh, with a plus 15, it's up there. I think.
28. Wait, hold on. Wow. 18, not 28. Wow, that was.
Yeah, no, 18 is not going to beat his CMD.
Yeah.
But you get you try real hard. It definitely hurts, and you remember how smelly his mouth is. I'd like you to make a perception check for me.
26.
You get the scent of what you think is potentially sort of rotted rabbit. Like as if a rabbit was just here and got a bunch of gross stuff on him.
Okay.
Okay. And the T-Rex is going to take his turn, and he's going to attempt to swallow you whole. Just pulled it up real quick.
I was gonna say, we're gonna check his head.
I believe he makes a CMB check, if I'm not mistaken. Do. So it's been a while since I attempted to swallow someone whole. I don't normally get to do this, but it typically is a pretty fun time. At least for me. What is going through Fenrir's mind as I'm doing this?
Go. Chuck went up for T-Rex. he pulls out. Like in his mind, there's like a chalkboard. It's like T-Rex one, Fenrir one. He goes, "Yep." Marks another one up for T-Rex. He's like,
Very fair.
"I need to give him a name."
What do you name this T-Rex as he rolls a let's see, 39 to swallow you whole?
Yeah, that beats my AC. My ACMD. What goes through our mind? Like, ooh, this is new.
Well, I mean, like, what name?
Oh, what name?
Yeah, what are you gonna name
Chauncey.
him?
I don't know. I have to come up with that later.
Okay, so you slide down his stomach, and then you're going to take some damage.
I would assume
You
so.
still are considered having the grappled condition, by the way. He just no longer has the grappled condition. So that is going to be 21 points of damage as you are now inside his stomach. And you see Silton now in his human form sitting here, horribly degraded by stomach acid and just sort of clawing away at everything, not entirely sure what to do at all. He sees you, and he's just, for a moment, he's like you see hope in his eyes, and then he remembers where you are, and he's like, "Well, it didn't work."
I didn't say it was going to work. I said we should try it.
Any more bright ideas?
First of all, I'm gonna pull out a dagger. I want to start climbing up the inside to get out of the acid.
That is going to be ridiculous. Oh, hold on. With the grappled condition, yeah, you cannot move or take an action that requires hands.
Oh. Well, there isn't much to do then, is there?
I believe there is a way to attack him because there is you can potentially deal enough damage to him. But we're going to go ahead and slide on over to Rogstrom and Beth.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Rogstrom, what are you doing?
Anything I believe becomes reality, correct?
You seem to find.
And the same goes for Beth.
It appears to be so, at least to how you guys have tested.
I mean, she is slightly more knowledgeable what magic is concerned. So, does she know of anything that could manipulate our minds in a way that we think we are in this reality?
Yeah, I'm drawing a complete blank on this one.
Uh, can I try to fly back where I came from?
So you do.
I mean, like, completely through the storm clouds back to the other place.
Yes. And that is what you do.
So now we are both back here again.
She asked you, "What do you mean we're trapped inside our minds?
I don't know.
Like we're dreaming?"
Something like that.
Okay, so we need to wake up.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, I
I
have an idea.
I can try to wake myself up, and Rockstrom slaps his own face.
Okay. When you slap your own face, it hurts. But there is a sort of pulse that goes throughout everything. Then Will's like, "Okay." She slaps you dead in the face, except this time it hurts a good amount, and it sort of smarts your face. And
It
again, there's a
seems
massive pulse that goes throughout everything.
so. It seems like she is stronger than I am.
You know she isn't. You actually know she's not particularly strong. Uh, but for some reason it hurts anyway.
So we are in the place where only the library is standing, correct?
Correct.
Can I try to fly here?
Fly where?
Fly in this village.
You can fly up to the library, correct.
I guess this is the only way out. Are you ready for
She
this?
she says she says, we're not doing this. If
I
we can
mean,
imagine anything, why don't we imagine ourselves a way back home?
this isn't really home.
Maybe we could find a way. She begins thinking, and then you see a portal opens, and inside the portal you can see Magnamar.
Mm-hmm.
There, we can
And
go home.
yeah, sure, but we touched the mirror and somehow appeared here. I don't think just going through this imagined portal is going to take us to the real home.
Okay, but if we're dreaming, we just need to wake up. So she slaps you again.
Sure. So you say when she slaps me, the shockwave just goes through my body or through the whole world?
There's like a pulsing energy that just sort of goes from you throughout everything.
Does it reverb from somewhere, or does it just go
You.
out indefinitely?
Oh yeah, it goes out indefinite.
Okay. I mean, if this is just a dream, I can't die, right?
I don't want to take that chance.
I mean, we tried everything else to wake ourselves up. I'm not seeing that working. So we have to find maybe what's an exit. And the only place that's really standing that I see is this library. I mean, I destroyed the cloak and the scythe, so
You
that's
feel her.
that.
She begins to sort of stop and focus and stare at the library, and you can sort of hear in your mind what she is thinking, and you can tell she is trying to will away the library.
Mm-hmm. And it's not working, right?
It works for a moment, and then it comes back.
I will imagine the library burning to the ground.
The library begins to burn, and it burns to the ground, and it comes back.
Yep. This is the only thing that's not within our possibility of dream. So it has to be our way out. That's my guess.
She looks at you very concerned, and she says, "But you know what's supposed to happen in there."
Yeah. Also, my name wasn't in the book. Yours was. So either I go in there and face the premonition I had, or you go in there and maybe the premonition that the book had becomes reality.
Well, then I go in there. You stay out here.
What if we both go in there and maybe none of our premonitions comes true? Because
I
we
don't want you.
protect each other.
I don't want you anywhere close to what that could be.
Yeah. Do you think I want you anywhere close to that?
She takes your hand and grips it very tightly and then pulls you into a hug. And then she kisses you. She says, "If you say so."
All right. Then we go in there together, and we'll face whatever comes together.
You open the doors to the library. And the first thing that happens is instantly you have this feeling of deja vu.
Mm-hmm.
Willa and Rygaz.
I really want to
So
disbelieve, but I can't. They're just too real.
you to um so you're being dragged along by Willa, Rygaz. What are you saying as she's dragging you along?
I literally just said it, Yaman.
Oh, that's what you were saying?
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. Um, you want to will to disbelieve all of these things. Okay.
No, that's not what I said.
I'm sorry, repeat what you said then again. I must have misheard you.
All right, I said they're too real. I can't not believe they're real. I want to, but I
Okay.
can't.
Okay. I apologize.
I,
My ear's going bad. Okay.
do I see the city in the distance now, by the way?
So you would see a city that would be in the opposite direction of where Willa's going.
Oh, I
She's
can't
heading
see the
back in
city anymore.
Yeah, she's headed back in the direction that you guys originally came from.
Fuck.
Billa, the city that you keep talking about, it's not this way. It's that I point back to the other direction.
Oh, then what am I headed towards?
You are actually headed. So you're basically headed directly opposite from the Golden City. Willa.
I said I was gonna head towards the city.
No, because remember you walked towards the ant guy, which you were headed back the way that you came.
No, I wanted to go to the city. That's been my goal this entire time.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you would like to change your direction, you can go towards that. So you guys can go past everyone. Rygaz, as you go past Raviga, you feel a presence that is nothing but pure, um, unfiltered evil. Perhaps where the definition of evil came from. Well, you move past everyone, and Rygaz, all of these undead around you, it is sickening. It is like everything that is wrong in the world to you right here. And Willa, you begin walking towards the Golden City.
I'm gonna ask, right? Are we headed towards the city now?
Are we headed towards the city?
Yes.
Yeah, we're going. Please
Okay.
hurry before.
We move faster if I didn't have to drag you.
You're right. I promise.
Hey, wait. Can I try something? Where do you see the people?
We're in a sea of undead.
Can I try and like swipe my arms? Because like it just looks like air to me. Do I make contact with anything?
Yeah, you swipe your arms, and instantly you feel like you're touching this fleshy creature, and you look around and you see you are back where you were originally. And Rygaz, you find yourself back in the Golden Place.
Interesting.
Wait. It's
I'm not gonna let him touch any of the things. I'm gonna steer him so he doesn't touch anything.
Okay. And you just keep heading towards the city.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, you begin walking and walking and walking. You hear the toy maker say, just give us the command. We'll end him for you.
What if I don't want you to?
Well, we will be around here until you do. You will. You'll
Why does
see.
it have to be him?
Because he's the only thing that stands in your way.
To what?
To have it all. That's why we're here.
What
You're
is it
going to
all?
be queen of everything.
Everything? That's a very big title.
Everything.
What include?
Everything. That's why we're here.
Who
We're your
told you that?
servants. You did.
I told you nothing. Who told you that?
You did. You're going to be queen of everything, Willa. He is the only thing that stands in your way.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Just say the word, and all of reality is yours.
All of
Everything
reality.
everything to bend at your will. He is your only obstacle.
All reality.
You will be queen, as it is meant to be. The only one who should have the title is you.
I'm gonna look at the toy maker and say, I want your heart to stop.
And he falls down dead.
Yeet.
Going to look. I'm gonna look at the ant. Say I would like a ride.
Do you let go of Rygas for this?
Nope.
Okay. When you get on top of Ravagug, Rygaz touches Ravagug, and you see Willa. First thing you notice is that the toy maker lay dead on the ground.
He heard me talking.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. You see Willa is now riding on top of Ravagug.
I'm gonna pull him up. Say, come on. I found a faster way to get there.
I can't.
Yes, you can. Up.
It's anathema. I
That's
can't.
that's real cool. It's an ant. Get up.
It's the literal end of the universe.
Yep, and I'm riding it. And we're gonna ride it into the town so we can have to walk.
Rygaz, you hear in your mind Saren Ray's voice, and she says, I can't talk for long. There's greater evil in play than you could ever know. But you can stop this. I haven't given up on you. You can end this madness. It's up to you. It's in your hands.
I can't.
Then we're all doomed. And that's where we're going to end the session.
Thing to do.
That's where we're going to end the session.
It's a fake reality.
Come
Nothing there matters.
on.
It's real enough.
Well, hey, Jordan had to go anyway, so thank you everybody for showing up. We will continue these whimsical adventures and this dreamy acid trip next time.
It's all I have to say is it's real enough to Rygas.
Yeah, I've realized that he hasn't quite realized this isn't real yet. Poor Rygas, just like everything is going wrong.
Major anxiety for Rygas right now. Literally the ultimate It's like if a Christian met literally Satan.
Willa has accepted her reality and realized that this is all fake. So she's just existing. She's just like, cool, this is happening now.
Well, anything you guys wanted to say before we head off? And I'm gonna figure out.
Let's
Oh,
hope
Lana
I
wants to
don't
make
die
it-
next session.
Let's
You
hope
guys
we
all
don't kill
get,
each other next session.
You guys all get tally point for RP, and we'll say that you guys get a base 2,000 XP for good RP.
Jesus.
And you can go ahead and text that to Jordan and Liz. We'll get it too.
Yeah, I'm super glad I could make it, guys.
We are
This
too.
was fun. I tried to not be so rules heavy, and it actually was a fun session for once.
I told you, things are so much more fun when you just play.
Yeah.
I for one, I'm very stressed, but this was good. This was good.
Did
So
did I deviate at
Before-
all from your plans?
plans?
Yeah, you kept saying that you had like 3 different plans. Just want to know if I deviated at all.
You see, I had a rough abstract concept.
There you go. Correct.
I have had no idea how to exactly plan for this.
It's essentially a realm based on us doing whatever the heck we wanted, so it'd be really hard to plan for.
I have some ideas, is all I can say.
I was just
That's
curious if
really
you had like
all
an
it's
actual
been.
plan or something, and I was just like, cool,
I
going
have
to the
some
mirror.
ideas. I would not say that I have a hard, fast plan, especially because of the nature of this. But I'm also very curious to see as to where you guys take it. I have some ideas for some things, or potentially how things might go. But all of that can spin around in a moment, especially with a party like this. And it is a treat to watch you guys interact with it.
Can I ask what would have happened if I had broken if someone had broken the mirror after I had gone in?
A very different session.
That's why I did say originally I snatch it like a mother would, take it out of the
I probably misheard you and said I heard you say slap instead of snatch. That's probably what it was. Yeah,
A
the
very
session was
different
not
session.
entirely different.
I had the image of when Willow was leading me through the undead of just a kid holding his mom's arm through like a crowd of people.
Well, it's more like me with like my little brother with my hand on his neck, just steering you in different places to the crowd.
That's also very applicable.
You know what I'm excited for? I am excited for next session if hopefully Liz can be here because we're
That'll
going
be
to see what's
fun.
going on with her.
I wonder where she ended up. Also, how did she
dude,
get to the mirror? She can't see.
Well,
Pup-
she
That's
can
true.
see through her
Puppy
turtle.
can.
But did Puppy touch the mirror?
Hmm.
Technicalities.
These are good questions, Willa, that you should not have asked me.
I mean, if
What
he
will
is
happen? What-
if he's strapped to her head, he would just travel with her.
Would he?
Potentially. Willa didn't get her snakes.
He didn't. I got
Yeah, but she
familiar
got
though.
her familiar.
She did. That's true. That's true.
All right.
Anyway, be sure to tune in next time on Drama Death and Dice for some
Follow
exciting
our
things,
Twitter.
and also,
It's
oh
pretty
yes,
fun.
we have a Drama Death and Dice Twitter now that I am not a part of, and they talk to, they tweet out in character. Also, Jordan isn't here. Jordan should very much join that Twitter because I know he hasn't yet, and Haley, you should too.
Yeah, someday. I'm like, I should join that.
Oh, it's so
Um,
funny. Oh
what's it
my
called?
God.
There is also a Suboptimal Dungeon Crawlers Twitter, which is run by the
it's in
players of
chat.
SODC.
You walked into the
Um,
wrong car.
Yes, he did.
With the driver in it.
You know,
That was a long time ago.
I've
Come
done
on,
that
Haley.
too.
It was the 19th.
Listen, okay, we'll talk about that later. Also, be sure to vote for me on House Party. We're running out of time here, but that's going to be exciting. Tomorrow we also have a very special episode of Suboptimal Dungeon Crawlers. It's their Halloween special, and it's called Crafted with Love. If you're a fan of H.P. Lovecraft, I would highly recommend going to check that out. We've got a cool guest character lined up. Should be a fun time. Also, even more than that, soon I'm going to be trying to finish live streaming Lone Survivor. And after that, when Call of Cthulhu comes out on the 30th of this month, I'm going to be playing through that on Twitch. And I'm not the best with horror games, so I'll probably be terrified. But I'm going to play through that game in its entirety, so if you want to watch me be a scared little baby, go for it.
Interesting tidbit. I did want to mention this at one point, Yemen. There actually is a warlock in Pathfinder. It's actually just an archetype of a different class, though.
Interesting.
Or you
I'll have to
know.
look at that. Well,
What's the Twitter called?
Oh,
At Dice Drama. Right?
and you can
yeah,
probably contact
there's a
John or
group,
Peter
there's
for
a
the
group sign-in
information
you
for
can
it.
use too, so you can tweet out in character.
At Dice
Anyway.
Drama.
You guys have it's at Dice Drama to follow Drama Death and Dice on Twitter. It's at, let's see, what's the Twitter for SODC? What's the tag? I would check on my phone, but I don't want to break things because that's my camera right now. I think
it is just
let's see. It is SOD Crawlers.
Who's the wolf? Oh, wolf. Gotcha.
Anyway, y'all have a fantastic night. We'll see you guys again later. Bye.
See ya!
Bye.